Let's dive into something fascinating today. For a long time, the phrase Chinese car, it might have brought a very specific, maybe kind of outdated image to mind.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you've been paying even a little attention to the global market lately, you know that the whole automotive landscape is shifting pretty dramatically, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
It really feels like we're witnessing a complete reevaluation, just this undeniable rapid change in how cars are made, sold, and, perceived.
Indeed, shift barely covers it, I think. Our sources are showing this isn't just some fleeting trend, you know.
Right.
It's a fully consolidated reality across Europe now.
Right.
Especially, and this is key, when we look at electric vehicles,
That's a trick, yeah.
Chinese EVs, they're not a distant dream or some niche thing anymore.
Mhm.
They're a serious growing presence.
Okay.
So today, in this deep dive, our mission is really to move past those old ideas, those preconceptions.
Yeah, leave the stereotypes behind.
Exactly. We're going to explore what these new brands are actually bringing to the table, understand why they're becoming such a compelling alternative for drivers, and, of course, weigh up all the pros and the cons.
Okay, so this is where the transformation really gets interesting because just a few years back, talking about Chinese cars often brought up images of, well, maybe cheap products.
That was the perception.
Potentially less safe, maybe technologically a bit behind. We had this stereotype kind of fixed in our heads, didn't we?
We did.
But the material we've looked at tells us that whole situation has changed, not just a little bit, but like radically.
Radically is the word.
Yeah.
It's such a stark contrast to how things were perceived before.
And it's not an accident,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This shift is the direct result of massive, really targeted investments.
Okay.
We're talking billions poured into R&D. Chinese manufacturers have aggressively acquired advanced tech. They've set up strategic partnerships with top European suppliers.
So working with established names. Exactly. And crucially, they've hired top designers and engineers from all over the world, world-renowned talent.
Right.
And the outcome? Well, our research highlights vehicles with, and I'm quoting here, attractive design, rich equipment, cutting-edge technology, especially in the electric field, and often very competitive prices.
Wow. So a total package.
It's a complete overhaul of their whole approach.
Yeah.
So for you, listening, this should really challenge any assumptions you might still hold about cars from China.
Yeah.
They're positioning themselves as serious contenders now, going head-to-head with the big European, Japanese, Korean brands we've known forever. This isn't just about selling cars. It's fundamentally reshaping what people expect from a car.
Okay, so when we talk about technologically advanced and, beautiful cars, what does that actually mean for the driver? What does it look like? Are we talking basic features or something more?
Oh, it's definitely something more. The specifics are actually quite impressive, and they directly impact your daily drive. Well, most models coming into Europe now are either 100% electric or sometimes plug-in hybrids. And critically, they're built on what are called native EV platforms.
Native EV platforms. Okay, what does that mean for me?
It means the car is designed from the ground up just for electric power. There's no compromise needed for, like, fitting in a petrol engine.
Ah, okay, so better use of space.
Exactly. Optimized interior space, better weight distribution, usually a lower center of gravity too, which helps with handling. And we're seeing pretty impressive ranges, often between 300 and 500 kilometers WLTP.
WLTP. Remind us what that stands for.
Sorry, that's the Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure. It's basically a standardized test meant to give you a more realistic idea of range in normal driving conditions, not just lab conditions.
Got it. And the batteries.
Typically ranging from around 50 to 80 kilowatt hours. And charging, they often have rapid DC charging capability, hitting maybe 120 to 150 kilowatt.
Which means faster charging stops, right?
Yeah, much faster. Significantly cuts down your wait time on a long trip, getting you back to 80% charge pretty quickly.
That's serious range and speed. Definitely addresses some of those common EV worries. But what about inside the car? The features, are they basic or?
Far from basic. That's what's really fascinating. How many high-end features just come as standard? You don't need those expensive add-on packs you often see.
Like what kind of features?
We're talking advanced ADS systems.
Yeah.
Advanced driver assistance systems.
Right.
Things like adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, stuff that doesn't just add convenience but really boosts safety.
Okay. Safety tech included.
Yep. And inside, you'll find high-definition digital screens, sometimes dual screens or even head-up displays projecting info onto the windscreen.
Oh, nice.
Many have sophisticated AI voice assistants, over-the-air updates.
OTA updates.
OTA, like my phone gets updates.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Your car gets new features and software fixes wirelessly, constantly improving. Plus, things like electric seats, often heated and ventilated, panoramic roofs, premium sound systems.
Okay, so real luxury touches.
Definitely. And the infotainment systems are often based on Android Automotive, or their own advanced proprietary systems.
Android Automotive. That's Google built in, right? Not just Android Auto.
Correct. It's the operating system running in the car, so you get Google Maps, Spotify, etc., embedded directly, works really smoothly. And design-wise, it's modern, sometimes quite aggressive or futuristic, and often developed with help from famous Italian or German design studios.
So they're serious about aesthetics, too.
Absolutely. Aesthetics are clearly a key focus. These features aren't just buzzwords. They add up to a big step up in the daily driving experience, offering luxury and tech you'd usually find in much pricier cars.
It sounds like they're redefining what standard equipment even means.
That's precisely it. It's a strategic move to make premium features more accessible. And that puts huge pressure on the traditional automakers, doesn't it? They have to react.
Okay, let's turn to something critical. An area where perceptions have really shifted. Safety. For a long time, maybe unfairly, Chinese cars were often associated with, well, questionable safety.
That was the lingering doubt for many.
Yeah.
Less robust protection, maybe.
Exactly. What do our sources say about safety today?
Well, this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. The data is pretty compelling.
Okay.
In 2025, get this, more than half of the cars that got a 5-star rating from Euro NCAP EP were from Chinese manufacturers, particularly the electric models.
More than half. 5 stars from Euro NCAP. Wow, remind us. Euro NCAP is the big independent tester in Europe, right? The gold standard.
That's the one. Independent, rigorous testing. A 5-star rating is the top mark for safety. And this isn't just a small improvement we're seeing. It shows a major leap in their engineering quality and safety tech.
So they're meeting the highest standards.
Meeting and sometimes even exceeding them. Some Chinese EVs are now approaching or even surpassing established brands. Think Tesla in occupant protection and how sophisticated their ADAS systems are.
And how would that happen so quickly?
It links right back to those massive investments we talked about. Investment in European design expertise and technology collaborations like with companies such as Huawei for infotainment, and importantly, safety systems.
Right.
So this directly tackles any leftover doubts about build quality or protection. It positions safety as a new, really strong pillar for these brands, and it's all backed up by that independent certification.
It's quite a statement about how serious they are about entering the global market properly.
It absolutely is.
Okay, so we've got advanced tech, modern design, and now certified top-tier safety. What does all this mean for the bottom line?
Yep.
For your wallet? And which specific brands should we be looking out for?
Right, the value proposition. This is still a huge part of the appeal. One of the main reasons people consider these cars is definitely the price.
Still cheaper then?
Often, yes. For cars in the same class, you're looking at maybe 15 to 30% less than comparable European or Japanese models.
15 to 30%. That's significant.
It is. And remember, that's often with that rich standard feature list. We talk about things you'd pay extra for elsewhere.
Right, the value stacks up.
Exactly. And what's interesting is this price advantage doesn't seem to mean cutting corners on confidence. Many also offer really high warranties, often up to 7 years.
7 years. That's longer than many established brands offer.
It is. It really exceeds many in the sector. It's a powerful way for them to say, we stand behind this product.
That's a strong combination. Lower price, lots of features, and a long warranty. So which brands are making the biggest splash here in Europe?
Okay, yeah, a few names are really standing out. You've got BYD, that stands for Build Your Dreams.
Build your dreams, okay.
They're a global EV giant, actually. Known for models like the Atto 3, the Dolphin, the Seal. They use their own advanced blade batteries.
Lead batteries. What's special about those?
It's a unique design, sort of long and thin cells arranged differently, known for being very safe, space-efficient inside the car pack. BYD even offers bi-directional charging on some models.
Bidirectional. You mean the car can send power back?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to your house during a power cut, or maybe even back to the grid, potentially.
Huh, interesting. Who else?
Then there's MG. Now, that's a historic British name, right? But it's been reborn under Chinese ownership SAIC Motor Group.
Ah, MG. Right. I've seen those around.
Yeah, their MG4 Electric has been a huge seller in Europe. The MG ZS EV is a really competitive small SUV, too, both known for great quality for the price.
Okay.
Then you have DR Automobiles and EVO. They're interesting, an Italian company that imports and adapts Chinese SUVs like the DR 6.0, the EV05,
Mm.
often focused on accessible prices, modern looks, sometimes offering gas or LPG options too.
So an Italian connection there.
Yeah, and lastly, DFSK has built up a pretty solid presence, especially in Italy. They offer spacious, kind of family-friendly vehicles, again, at very accessible prices.
So quite a few options emerging.
Definitely. It all reinforces that argument. You're getting cutting-edge features, proven safety, significant cost savings, and those strong warranties. It's a compelling mix.
But it can't all be smooth sailing, right? No new market entrant has it perfect from day one. What are some of the practical things, the challenges maybe, that you, the consumer, need to think about?
That's a really crucial question. It's vital to have the full picture. One key thing, especially for the newer brands just setting up, is the service network.
Ah, repairs and maintenance.
Exactly. For now, finding a dealer or authorized repair shop might not be as easy as with Ford or VW. Post-sales support might not be as widespread, which could mean longer waits for service appointments or maybe for parts.
Okay, that's a practical concern. Are there exceptions?
Yeah, there are. You mentioned DFSK. They often partner with established dealer networks, so their coverage might be better from the start. But it's definitely something to check for any specific brand you're considering.
And what about when you want to sell the car later? Resale value.
Another good point, uncertain resale value. Because they're newer, less known products, how much they'll be worth on the used market in 3 or 5 years is,
Hmm.
well, it's less predictable than for a Toyota or a BMW.
So potentially a bigger depreciation hit initially.
It might be initially,
Right.
but that's expected to improve as the brands build trust and become more established. It's just part of launching a new brand.
Makes sense. Anything else beyond service and resale? Maybe things about the cars themselves or wider issues?
Yeah, a couple of things. While they're improving incredibly fast, some vehicles might still have, let's say, minor refinement issues compared to premium European brands.
Like what? Build quality details?
Maybe some slightly harder plastics in less obvious places,
Mhm.
interior finishes that feel a bit less curated, or perhaps infotainment systems that aren't always perfectly smooth or intuitive.
Mm.
Nothing major, usually, but things you might notice in a direct comparison.
Okay, small fit and finish things sometimes.
Potentially. Also, you might find fewer customization options, not as many paint colors or interior trim choices. And delivery times can sometimes be variable because of, you know, international shipping logistics.
Right. Global supply chain.
And then there are the geopolitical factors. We can't ignore those.
Ah, trade issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our sources mention the potential impact of global trade tensions, things like past U.S. tariffs or the current commercial tensions between the EU and China. These could lead to new duties or restrictions down the line.
And that could affect the price advantage.
It absolutely could. Potential tariffs could suddenly change that competitive pricing, making your purchase decision not just about the car, but also about these sort of shifting global economic winds. It adds a layer of uncertainty.
So, definitely important factors to weigh up alongside the tech and the price. Need that fully informed perspective.
Precisely. You need to weigh all these things.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all really mean? We've seen Chinese automakers go from, well, the fringes to being major players, and not just competing on price anymore, but on technology, design, and crucially, safety.
Yeah.
The wind has definitely changed direction for the whole auto industry. This isn't just a small ripple. It feels like a really powerful wave that's redefining the entire sector, forcing everyone to kind of rethink what's possible.
It really is an imminent revolution, as our sources put it, and it means European manufacturers, the established players, they're being forced to reinvent themselves.
They have to respond.
They have to, focusing intensely on innovation, on sustainability, on creating new driving experiences just to stay competitive. This global shift to electric sustainable mobility, it's a perfect opportunity, and Chinese producers are grabbing it with both hands. They're not just catching up. In some key areas like EV battery tech, you could argue they're leading.
It's fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it leads to a final thought, maybe for you to ponder. Consider how quickly traditional brand loyalty might start to erode when faced with such rapid, such comprehensive advancements from these new players. Will this sheer speed of innovation coming out of China force an unprecedented acceleration across the entire global auto industry? Could it fundamentally alter how we even perceive value and where a car comes from?
Changing our whole relationship with car brands and origin. That's definitely something worth thinking about as we look at the roads today and the cars that are still to come.
Absolutely. A lot to watch in the coming years.